I idly daydream about playing the O2 Arena as one does. Could you imagine that? The flames, the smoke, the unrelenting heat as it all burns to the ground, fire engines, hoses, and a news crew all the way from the BBC. But awesome as that would be, I don't think they have a habit of booking arsonists. Did I forget to set that up? My second, never before mentioned career as an arsonist. Yeah, I'm always forgetting something. I suppose I could perform there in my capacity as a comedian. But if I'm honest, I don't think I'd set the place alight. Welcome everybody. I am the air quotes comedian, a man who can't tell the difference between fantasy and reality when they're written in Russian, and this is the Polemics. Welcome. It's the Cyrillic, you see. While useful, it's very polluting as they make it out of oil byproducts. I had no idea that the O2 Arena is basically that old mouldy Millennium Dome from Y2K. You might remember Y2K, dear viewer, if you're old, like I am. The calendar flipped from 1999 to 2000, but unbeknownst to the world, a terrible error had been baked into the infrastructure of our existence, and nobody had fixed it. So when midnight hit on January 1st, 2000 of the Common Era, it resulted in people believing that the 21st century had come a year early. Do you think it's too late for millennium jokes? Too late? I mean, do a handstand and consider the Sydney Opera House, for example. The sensuous curves, the porcelain perfection of perfectly poured concrete, the muscular yet dynamic aspect of it. It's a thing of beauty, mate. It's ripper. And compared that to the hastily built Millennium Dome, an oversized circus tent that resembles a post-apocalyptic dustbin lid. Now it's the O2 Arena, as owned by Spanish multinational corporation telecoms giant Telefonica. Because of course it fucking is. The people can't have fuck all, can they? But as I said at the top, I idly dream about wandering onto the stage at the O2, or somewhere like it, and the crowd are sitting there all expectant, and, because I like to be ready, even for the most unlikeliest of situations, I thought I better have a bit ready to go just in case something like this happens. Here we go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. There's been a little bit of confusion backstage, and through some misunderstanding and my insistence on being nice, I'm now here. And while I assure you I am a comedian, I'm not a stand-up comedian, which is quite odd given the predicament we now find ourselves in. I've got a ticket. I'm supposed to be sitting with you guys enjoying the show, not spoiling it for everybody. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to flip the manager the bird, climb off stage and find my seat. Thanks. Not that there's anything wrong with stand-up. That's right, dear viewer. I'm prepared, just like a Boy Scout. Oh, I think, I believe Jimmy Carr has a joke for us. Is that right, Jimmy? Got one of your little jokes for us. Is that joke about Boy Scouts and Boy Scout leaders, Jimmy? Is that the treat you have for us, mate? Surely not as predictable as that, are you? Speaking of unutterable evil, I saw a clip of that Turning Point's USA funeral for that Nazi and deservedly dead piece of human excrement whose name needs to be erased from history, and I saw that and I thought, the red lighting, the deep shadows, they're taking interior design notes from the fucking Empire, from the Star Wars. What's with conservatives and their love of Star Wars? Ronald McDonald dementia when it suited him. Reagan got sued for stealing intellectual property from George Lucas, didn't he? They can't come up with original things, and they want to homogenise humanity until all originality and diversity is gone, or, as they might put it, make same. Not to harp on about it or mislead you into believing this routine has a theme of any kind, it runs out in a bit, but I saw yet another clip. I think it was one of the UK Nazi parties, and this dizzy middle-aged wine mum stumbles onto the stage and belts out a song like she's in a fucking musical. I'm just waiting for some journo to ask what possessed her to sing the song Insomniac at a party political conference so I can be completely unsurprised when she blames it all on Ambien. I thought Bad Bunny referred to counterfeit ice cream, but no, it's a person, depending on whose lens you look through, of course, and this person, Bad Bunny, purely exists to spite conservatives and probably some other nonsense like bringing joy to millions of people and materially improving the economy of Puerto Rico with their happy noise. But the important thing, the main thing, is that he gets right up the nose of people I despise. Plus, it's Latin music. You can't beat a good Gregorian chant. The bowl is going to be lit. Recently, a lot of characters have come into the public domain, leading to a slew of god-awful subpar straight-to-streaming slop, whereupon Winnie the Plop, Mickey Plop or Plop-Eye will do unspeakable things, or would if the budget provided for it. But long story short, I want to put Santa Claus back behind the safety glass of trademarks, copyrights, patents, whatever the fuck it takes to prevent another shit slasher Christmas movie that I might accidentally catch a glimpse of. Shake fist. That's all I have for this episode, but I think it's a bit short. Well, might as well crack open my joke book and see what I can copy and paste out of it. Got some other crappy, genius level scraps I could discard here, proudly display here. Like an overexcited toddler, hand outstretched toward mummy, showing her what they made out of their own poo. Here we go. As an old man, I'm entitled to a bit of a grump, as is my ancient right. My Antifa cell has been expertly crafted so that if one person gets caught, then no others will have to worry. When I was putting it together, I made sure the people involved had no idea they were involved. Plus, I kept them anonymous, so I have no idea who they are anyway. Take that, so-called intelligence services. You shouldn't have a go at people who believe the earth is flat, because you might push them over the edge. My only concern about having sex in a public area is that, somebody might come. Some people believe that climate change isn't glug glug glug. By the process of deductive reasoning, I have detected that the biggest dicks you know have the smallest penises. It's rudimentary, my dear Watson. There are people out there who reckon they can remember being born. The same type of people who think I was born yesterday. Dog whistles. Virtue signalling for racists. I have a terrible addiction to rehab. I think it goes without saying. I remember when New York City yanked the Overton windows so hard they ended up with the broken windows policy, beating Bill Gates by a decade. I've been waxing philosophical of late, e.g., I think Descartes existed. So-called Israel proves Newton's law that for every action there's an unequal and disproportionate reaction they have no fucking right to. Death to so-called Israel. In the glitz and glamour of it all, it's colossal balls of burning plasma that are the real stars. When a geek poses for a saucy photograph, it's full frontal nerdity. I attended a gathering of people who appreciate the machinery used to cool us down. You guessed it. I was at a fan convection. I wanted to become a veterinarian surgeon, but was told vets don't need special surgeons. I wanted to become a general surgeon, but was told to fuck off. It was like they knew a bad joke was coming. Speaking of which, I don't take the threat of my enemies all that seriously. If some agitator shows up to my gaff, I'm more likely to offer them a cup of tea than shoot them with my gun. Of course, if they refuse to drink the tea, then the complexion changes. Poison's my specialty. Next time I have a memory implanted, I'll make sure it wasn't one I already had. Of course, I don't need to read up on the subject or learn about it because what I have is very much a lived opinion. My bodily stink keeps away stalkers. I have a 24-hour odour of protection. Last bit, dear viewer, we can get through it together. In the USA, they have the First Amendment of the Constitution, which says that church and state shall be separate. I propose that this be transplanted to Britain with one small change. I propose a separation of establishment and Shakespeare. Keep the bard out of our schools. We fucking hate him. Or, more to the point, you ramming his slop down our throats. Patrick Stewart will hate me now for saying that, but I don't care. He's not even in Starfleet anymore, so what's he gonna do? Probably quote Shakespeare at me. That's all for this filler episode of the Polemics. Don't like the video, that won't be a stretch. Don't subscribe to the channel, you don't want any more of this. Mess with the metrics, that's the kinds of things I like to do. Thanks for watching. Good night.